Hello everyone, it's Shauna coming to you live from her craft room in Edmond, Oklahoma. Today is October 19th, 2025. It is 1 o'clock and I am live, so if you're scrolling through the Facebook world, stop by, say hi. If you don't say hi, I don't know that you're here. So let me make sure that I'm on the right page real quick. And just give me a moment. Make sure all the technology stuff is working before I get too far. Okay. Yep. Sure that I'm on. Let me mute myself because we only need to hear one of me. One's enough. You turn on live chat so that if you're popping on and you do say hi, I can see that and say hi back to you. I love to chat while I craft. I'm grabbing the calendar, which I should have done before I went live. Okay. Is everyone having a fabulous Sunday? I hope so. Okay. Let me just give a couple minutes before. We've got a lot to cover today, guys. So I'm not going to spend too long waiting on everybody to hop in. I want to get started. Okay. So today we are making this corner pop-up card. I saw this on stampwithtammy.com or Tammy White, however you know her. And I had never seen a card like this before. It opens up like that. And I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to make this. So on her card it is completely different. And I'm going to show you her card. But this designer series paper, which I have almost used all of it, came with two pieces that had these wonderful, like, trick-or-treating front door scenes. And that was my favorite piece. So I've used one of those on here. And to me, this is like you're opening the front door, and there's this big old Halloween party going on inside. So I chose to put my sentiment up here so that it didn't cover this wonderful piece of paper. I wanted to actually use this piece of paper on the outside piece, but the way that this card folds and works, part of it would have been upside down or sideways. So I thought, that's okay, because you're opening the door and then you see all the people. You know, like, here's the church, here's the steeple, open the door, here's all the people. That's kind of what it reminded me of. But it's a very cute card. So we're going to make that today. But before we get started, I want to go over a few things. There is some housekeeping stuff that I just want to remind you of. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because I do talk about it every week. But before we get there, so 2 upcoming craft shows. The first one that Jason and I will be at is Earth Glow Market. It's at Church of the Servant on Saturday, November 8th from 9 to 3. This is like the 35th year that they've had it. This is a pretty good sized craft show. Lots of fun booths. The address is 14343 North MacArthur Boulevard, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, 73142. It's off of MacArthur, in between Memorial and 33rd. So if you're out and about on November 8th, stop by, say hi. Admission is free, and they do have a cafeteria area at that church where they do make some food, so there is a way that you can stop and get something to eat. But that is the second Saturday of November if you're looking at a calendar. Our next and final craft show this year is going to be at Putnam City North. It's called North Pole Market. It is Saturday, December 6th from 9 to 4. This is a big one that they've had for several years. I guess this is their 7th year. They have over 100 vendors and they have food trucks there. So again, you can have, you know, a nice little lunch, grab something to eat, shop, kind of have a fun girls' day. If you're looking for anything to do, again, this one is free. So Putnam City North, if you don't know, is 11800 North Rockwell Avenue, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma 73162. And I will be posting these on my Facebook page as we get closer, just as a reminder. But if you're looking for craft shows to attend, those are great ones. This is a Fair of the Heart weekend, so I don't know if any of you guys went to a Fair of the Heart, but we went yesterday and got our Indian taco. It's kind of rainy and yucky, but that's okay. It didn't stop us. Stampin' Up! Does offer 3 levels of creativity. There is something for everyone. We have our kits. We have 2 different kinds of kits. The brown box kits are the ones that you can find at stampinup.com online. They kind of rotate in and out. We get at least 2 new ones every month, so they are constantly changing and revolving. Everything is included in this. Your ink, your stamps, your adhesive. You can literally take this box camping to kids practice for after school activities and sit there and put it together. You don't need anything else. The orange paper pumpkin or pinkish orange sweet sorbet color. These are our monthly subscription kits, and again, all inclusive. They have everything that you need to make, but you do have to be subscribed for that one. It's kind of like a Christmas present to yourself every month. You don't truly know what is in there. They give you sneak peeks so you have an idea, and you can start it and you can stop it. You can suspend it for a month and not get it, so you don't have to get every month, but they are really cute and fun. So if you want to treat yourself, or if you have a crafting friend that you want to treat, the monthly subscription paper pumpkins are a fun way to do that, and I want to say they're $27 a month. Hi Mom, how are you? So those are our kits. Speaking of the monthly subscription kits and the sneak peeks, here is the sneak peek for the upcoming one. October 11th through November 10th is the subscription period. So you need to be subscribed by November 10th. This comes with 8 little treat boxes. These are perfect for gift cards. So if you like giving money or gift cards, this is a nice way to do it. Has a really cool stamp set, some tags, some red, real red it looks like, embellishments, some twine. I think this one's going to be really, really cute. So that's the sneak peek for the next one. And then the sneak peek for the one after that, November 11th through December 10th, is watercolor and bloom. So it's going to have a watercolor look, some floral. It says customizable sentiment stamps. Not really sure what that means, if it's going to be an alphabet and you can create your own words. I'm not really sure. That's just a guess. So, and then don't forget about the add-on dies that you can add to your order. This is item 167855, so that you can keep your craft or your crafting going. The tags go with the current one for the gift box. The floral leaves go with next month's, the watercolor and bloom. And then the joy went with last month. So these dies go with 3 months. Every quarter they come out with a new die set. So those are our kits. We also have our quick and easy options, our mix and match, where you can just pull certain envelopes and card packs and die cuts, and they all work together. They all coordinate, and you can create, or basically the rest of the catalogs, which is creativity your own way, anything goes. So again, something for everyone. If you ever have any questions, holler at me, let me know. I have so much stuff stacked around me already. It's crazy. I don't even have a place to sit anything. I want to remind everybody, for the month of October, we are offering, excuse me, Stampin' Up is offering a great starter kit. So if you've ever thought about joining the Stampin' Up world, the time is now. I've never seen a starter kit this low. You have two different options. And this is a no-risk, obligation-free zone. If you want to sign up just to get a discount and early access to all the goodies like a demonstrator does, you can join for that reason. I joined for that reason many years ago. I did not try to make this into a business until last year. So for years, I have just been what we call a hobby demonstrator for the discount and the perks. So right now, for $35, you get $125 worth of products, a free kit, free shipping, and then on your next order, you can start using your discounts. So you can do it this way, or if you want to spend $99, you can get $189 free worth of products. If you are wanting the Stampin' Up cut and emboss machine, the Big Daddy, this is the way to do it. This is the best deal that you're ever going to get on that machine. So, and then you can add a couple other supplies to it, but when you turn in your next order, then you can order all your dies and stuff, and you'll have your cut and emboss machine. So either $99 or $35 gets you in the door. If you have any questions, let me know. I would love to have you on my team. And again, no risk, no obligation. I'm not going to be hassling you to make a business out of it. You just want to do it for your discount. That's fine with me. I don't have a problem with that. Here's our advent calendar that Stampin' Up is offering. It's the last 12 days before Christmas, and every door you open has either exclusive dies, paper, embellishment, stamps. There's only one way to get the products that are being offered in this advent calendar, and that is through the advent calendar. You can't get the products anywhere else. You can't order them by themselves. They come in the calendar only. It is not Christmas themed. It's a floral theme. Happy birthday. Thank you. It's all season long. It's $99. It's while supplies last. And it's item 167335. The craft class that is coming up this Thursday. Don't miss it. Item number 170073. Now let me explain this for a second. This does not include product. So when you add this class to your online order, you're ordering the class only. I don't know if you caught the video that I put on Facebook just a few days ago. Sarah Douglas kind of went over all the ins and outs about it. This is entrance into the virtual class. Class number 170073. You need to have the product on hand if you're going to create what they are creating. Now, you don't have to. They're going to be using the Traditions of Christmas Suite collection. I can tell you right now that this designer series paper is already out of stock. It's out of stock until the middle of November, I think. So it's too late to order that paper if you want it for the class. And then you will also need this additional supplies. to create it exactly like they're creating. Sorry about this weird shadowing I've got going on. It's the time of day and the bay window and the sun coming through the leaves. I can't do anything about it, sorry. If you want to purchase this class, it gives you VIP access into the video. And you can watch that video and then it's going to be on there forever. So if you are working the 23rd and can't participate when they're doing it, then you can come back and do it later on at your own pace. But again, you're learning tips, tricks, different things. So it's kind of like if you've ever done a virtual scrapbooking crop. That's kind of what that class is. If you have any questions on it, holler at me. Again, I don't want to spend too much time because I have a lot of ground to cover today. So StampinUp.com is the best place to shop. We have great catalogs, but online is the only place that you're going to see our last chance products. It is the only place that you're going to see the online exclusives, which is great products. And it's the only way you're going to see all the kits. Again, this is the current mini holiday catalog that we are in right now. So that is a great resource. And here is our current annual catalog. You can order from these as well. But if you're not shopping online, you're going to miss out on some products and then you're going to be sad. And then you're going to be calling me and saying, Shauna, where did you see that at? This spooky Halloween set that I have been using for the last few weeks, online exclusive. Okay, let's talk Shauna's card and scrapbooking classes for the month of November. I just opened up registration this week to my team. Here are the cards. Again, this is November's card class. It's $15. It's on November 15th from 1 to 3. If you're here local and you're interested, let me know. I'll send you the email. Here's one of the cards. We're making 3 cards. Here is the other card. It's a really fun fold. And then here is the third card. This uses a fun technique called ink smushing, and it's great for the fall. So those leaves are not designer series paper. That is something I did myself, and I will teach you how if you want to sign up for this class. Again, $15 or free if you put in a $15 order with me as your demonstrator. Okay, scrapbooking class. This scrapbooking class is November 22nd. It's from 1 to 5. It's $45. We're making 3 2-page layouts, so 6 pages. And I did use the Weekend Adventures workshop kit because everybody loved it last month. I did camping last month, so I kind of continued. I had enough Cricut cuts that I kept it going, kept the theme going. So here is page 1 and page 2 of layout 1. So the best memories are made outdoors. It does have twine. It does have embellishments, little dots. Here is page 1 of the second layout, Love You More Than Mountain Air. And again, twine, little dots. Explore, Let's Sleep Under the Stars. Mountain air runs through my veins. So that is page 2 of layout 2. And then page 1 of layout 3, Life is made of great adventures. Again, some more twine, some dots, some die cuts. I love you to the mountains and back. So yes, you could use this for camping, but if you've got scenery pictures, mountain pictures, that's kind of what I was thinking when I created it. So last month was more geared towards camping. This month is geared towards just scenery pictures. Jason and I just got back from Arkansas, and we have a lot of scenery pictures, so I'm excited to get those on there. You also, with that kit, I still had tons of leftover, what I call bits and bobs, little pieces that you could definitely keep the crafting going. Here was the last of the stickers from that kit, the sticker sheet. So again, you could make more than just those pages. So you'll have extra leftover bits. Okay, so there is Card Club and Scrapbooking class for the month of November. I need to know by October 31st. So today's the 19th. Here's the 31st. You have 2 weeks. Make your decision and let me know. That way I can order supplies and put together kits. Hey Teresa, how are you? Thank you. Okay, so this is how crazy my November is. I will be putting in my order for every card and scrapbook class so I can put the kits together. This is my only free Saturday of November, guys. And I will be designing December's card class. So I'll be working. This is our craft show. Here's my card class. Here's my scrapbooking class. And then my family, we do 2 Thanksgiving, so we'll be doing Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving on the 29th. My November's gone. Does that make some of your heads spin? It makes my head spin. In fact, I had to be so far ahead. Here is a sneak peek at December's, and yes, I said December's scrapbooking class. I've already designed it. I've already put it together. They are fall themed, and it uses the floral charm designer series paper pack. So sneak peek for those of you guys watching today. And speaking of scrapbooking, let me go over, I want to show you guys real quick all the Halloween stuff that we've made. Okay, are you guys ready? This is going to make your head spin. We made these 2 cute treat boxes, which are huge. They hold a gajillion different things, candy, little toys. So we made those. We've made this little treat box. These are nerds in here. That was using the designer series paper. For October card class, we did this shaker card. We did this little fun fold guy. We did some ink blending. This is all using the Spooky Sweet suite of products. We did this fun gatefold easel card. We are making, hold on just a second. Here's some more sneak peeks. We're going to be making a couple of versions of this one. And then I had some extra designer series paper that I was trying to use. How fun is that card, guys? I love, Teresa, how about you? Do you love all these die cuts that they're putting in? I love these die cuts. These die cuts make scrapbooking and card making so fun and fast. Here's a sneak peek at next week's Facebook Live. We're going to do some ink blending. And last but not least, actually a couple other things. So that suite of products, the designer series paper, came with a whole bunch of tags and treat bags. So you can make a whole bunch of treat bags up to give your little trick-or-treaters. I put some little fangs in here and a little spider ring in there and some candy. And then here's this treat box. This was cute. It opens up this way. And then I had still, guys, enough designer series paper. Let me get these out of my way so that I have room to make a couple of scrapbook pages. So let me show you. Yes, the die cuts elevate both scrapbooking and cards. Yes, Teresa, I totally agree. So I put this scrapbooking page. Sorry, I can't show you guys the whole. I've got my camera zoomed way in for today's card. But how easy just to cut some strips of paper, put those little laser cuts on there. You could do this several different ways. I have, anytime you guys do my scrapbooking class, you get what we call photo placement cards. And they're just little cards that tell you, you know, where you can put your pictures. I do this whenever I sell my pages so that people know where they can put their pictures at. But you can arrange them any way you want. So you could do a 5x7 there. And these guys right here, they're not put all the way down. You can just kind of lift those up and put your, so you could do that, and then you could come up here and you could do like maybe some 3x3s. You could not put this little guy up here and do, you know, a 3x4. Or you could do like not a 5x7 there. Let's go 2 4x6s over here. And maybe a couple of 4x4s over here. So you have options. You could do maybe 3 2x2s up here. You could even come in here and stick a 2x2 over here would fit. Just, well, if I can, there we go. So some of these are popped up and you can just slide the photos under there. So lots of different ways that you can arrange photos on a scrapbooking page. And I do put placement holders on the ones that I sell, like I said, but that's just an idea. You can do your own thing. You can go rogue. Not gonna hurt my feelings. So after all of that, the scrapbook pages, the cards, the treat bags, guys, I still have kid you not, out of this paper pack, all of this. Here was one that I cut down, but so you still have one whole photo of that. You have some scraps. I still have quite a bit of this, which was one of my favorite papers, really, because that's great for fussy cutting out. I just haven't done it. But look, I still had almost a whole sheet of that. I mean, that's, so you have that. Of course, I still have all of these tags that I need to make little treat bags with. And then I almost have still a whole page of these die cuts. I've used several of them. This came with 2 of these, so I've used a whole one. And I will probably go ahead and pop the rest of these out. I store them in one of our clear card holders, the little bags. I just pop all those die cuts out and put them there. So anyway, I still could make probably 3 cards at least out of all of those bits and pieces. It's almost like the paper packs just keep going and going and going, like they multiply. So there are a lot of fun little sneak peeks for you to November's scrapbooking class, or December's scrapbooking class, and November's. I will open up registration to everyone here in the next couple of days. I'll post for it. So if you email me, let me know if you want to be in that class, and I can give you all the information, all the specifics. Okay, like Teresa says, enough chatting, let's get to crafting. I love that saying, Teresa. It sticks with me. Okay, let me grab. I am, again, so sorry for this weird lighting. Okay, 1 o'clock is not the time to host a Facebook Live, apparently. This card is so easy to make, guys. I'm going to make a couple different ones. So, let me grab my papers. You need a designer series piece of paper, or whatever you're going to do your fun fold, the corner fold. And it's going to measure at 7 3/4 by 6 1/2. Okay, and then you're going to score this. Score, not cut, so let me make sure I get my cutter trimmer out of the way and put my score on 2 3/4 on the portrait side and the landscape side. So 2 3/4. And then you're going to take your bone folder and you're going to fold and burnish the score lines. And then you're going to take this corner and you're going to bring it down, and you're going to match these little score lines with these score lines right here. So pull it down, match those score lines. I'm trying to make sure they match before I press it down. Then you're going to press it down and you're going to crease it like that. And again, burnish that score line, fold line down really well. And in fact, so well that you might want to just go ahead and turn your paper over, reinforce everything that way, turn it back over, reinforce everything this way. You want to do it multiple times because the better score lines and fold lines that you have, the easier this makes it. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take this, take these score lines, meet them together, and it just closes so nice and easy. Now, of course, if you were doing this with a heavier cardstock, you really, really, really want to make sure that those fold lines are on there, because the thicker your paper is, the harder it's going to be to manipulate it and make it fold. But this designer series paper is very easy. Are you guys with me? Okay, so the next piece of paper, we've got, this is our base for our card. So we have a piece of basic black that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then we have a piece of Petunia Pop, which is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Just 1/8 of an inch smaller. We're going to layer these two on top of each other. This gives your card some stability because designer series paper is not very thick. So you're just going to put this on here. Make sure all the border lines are equal, which is sometimes the hardest part of my videos. And then you're going to take your designer series paper, and you can unfold it real quick if you want to. You're going to put some adhesive on this main square. So not past the score lines of your folds. It's just this main part right here. Because what we're going to do, you can fold this back like this. We're going to come in here and pop this down, and again, make sure you've got an equal amount of border all the way around. That is the base of our card. And so then, grab my other paper here. We've got a couple other pieces. Oh, that's the wrong bag. Where is... Oh, there it is, right there. Here we go. I grabbed the wrong one. Okay, so here's a piece of paper. It's the designer series paper, and that top piece, the one with the pumpkins right here, this measures 2 1/2 by 4. So 2 1/2 by 4. And it is layered on top of a piece of the orange pumpkin pie. And that orange pumpkin pie measures 2 5/8 by 4 1/8. And then it is layered on a piece of basic black. Love those colors. Yes, I do too, Teresa. I'm glad you're liking it. This was something I had not seen before. I don't know if you have or not. The basic black piece is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. So these are all, again, just 16 inches, just layered on top of each other. I've taken some Timid Tiger ribbon and just put that around, tied it in a bow, and then I took some of those die cuts out of that paper pack and just put the die cuts on there. The little toucan that's got the pumpkins, I thought that was kind of funny with the pumpkin background. And then some bats. And the reason why I have this one already put together and done is because I'm going to make Tammy White's version, because I'm going to give credit to her because that's where I saw it. I saw it on stampwithtammy.com. Oh, hold on. I just did a big no-no, guys. See, I get to talking. Let me take this adhesive off. Don't do that. Anyway, stampwithtammy.com, again, is where I saw this. And so I want to make sure I give credit to her because I had not seen this type of card. And her card was so cute. That's what caught my attention. Okay, when you put this card down, you want to make sure that you're only putting adhesive on this top little part of the corner. So keep your adhesive up here. And again, you don't want it to go over too far, because then your card will not open. See, I just about made a boo-boo, guys. I get to talking and I get so excited. Okay. And when I have it pre-cut already, it's really easy for me to just fly through it and not pay attention, because I'm not paying attention. But see, you definitely don't want your adhesive to go outside that little corner. So that's how that one goes. And then let me, this little piece, this 3 3/4 by 2 1/4 is your little greeting. And so on this one, I've just stamped it up there. So I used the Happy Halloween and the little bats from Spooky Halloween. Grab your rubber eraser. Yes. My friend, I have it right here in front of me. That never goes too far from my, my hot little hands. So, okay. Now, let's make the one that Tammy White shows on her blog. So, let me put that to the side. Let me grab... Okay, I'm just grabbing my materials here. I thought I already had them, but I guess I do not. Okay. Do you guys know I have been creating so much that I have ran out of basic black paper. I'm waiting for my card class, or, you know, to know what to put in for my order for November 1st. So I'm like hanging on. So I'm going to cut a piece of this 12 by 12 down. Give me just a second. Okay. And then a piece of this petunia pop. And I'll go over these measurements with you in just a second. Okay. Sorry, I already thought I had those pieces cut. So the one that Tammy White made was using this piece of cardstock, or not cardstock, designer series paper. And again, 6 3/4 by 8. And we're going to score it at 2 3/4 on the landscape and the portrait side, 2 3/4. And I could not believe how fast these cards went together. And actually, I'm going to make this one pop up from the other side just so that you guys can see how easy this is. So I'm going to match these score lines again with the score lines over on this side. So this score line matches this score line, that score line matches that one. And then you're going to push that down. And again, we're going to fold and burnish all of these really, really well. Oh my gosh, I like all the folds. That's so cute. Thanks, Mom. I like finding new folds. Okay, so let me fold that one more time that way so that, again, it just comes together, those pieces just like that. So there's our piece right there. Okay, and then let's go to our basic black piece, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then our petunia pop, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And you can change these measurements up a little if you want. If you don't want a 1/4 of an inch border around each side and you want a 1/8 of a border or a 1/16 of a border, you be the deciding factor on that. It's whatever floats your fancy. See if I can get this on here. Okay. And then again, you're just going to take and put your adhesive in this one corner, or this one square, I should say. Fold that back down. Uh-oh. What did I do? I did not cut my petunia pop the right size. Okay, well, I can go back and fix that. Let me just see if I can take this off real quick. If not, actually, you know what? I already have another piece of basic black sitting right here. Actually, how about pumpkin pie? Let's do it this way. Let's go pumpkin pie. And then basic black. Let's do it this way. We did the other one. I think what I did was when we made this card, that's what I did. When we made this card right here, I should have used the petunia pop in the black for this one. And then, ooh, can we still, yeah, hold on. I'm going to show you how to salvage something, guys. Give me just a second. Let me get this on here straight. Don't breathe. Hold your mouth a certain way. Okay. I'm going to take and remove Is this painful for you guys to watch? Shauna, don't rip your paper. Don't rip it. Just a quick trim. You never saw it, guys. You never saw it. Okay, let's put this one on here like it should have been. Too funny. The only people that will ever know are the people who watched this video. Okay, and then we're going to put this one on this. Oh, look, see? When you use the right cardstock that you meant to use, it all fits nicely. That's too funny. Okay. No wonder why I was missing my paper. Now, this piece is 3 3/4 by 5, and I'm going to put that in here because I'm actually going to put, or Tammy actually put, her sentiment and her saying right here. So, I'm going to use the Happy Halloween from the Spooky Halloween. Get that all inked up really nice. See if I can stamp this on here straight. Teresa. And Teresa says, and that's why I don't do lives. You never know when you're live what you're gonna see, what you're gonna do. I'm gonna put some bats. Make it a little spooky. I need some Halloween themed music playing in the background. But if I did that, they'd probably copyright me. Okay, so we're gonna flip this over. Put some adhesive on all fours. Plop this down. Fold this back. And then we're going to take a piece of basic black. This measures 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. Take a piece of Petunia Pop. This measures 2 5/8 by 4 1/8. And this is going to layer on top of here. And then this little designer series paper, which I love this one with a little cat. I'm too afraid of lives. And I think the colors go better. Yes, they do, because they were intended for that card, Mom. So 2 1/2 by 4 for this designer series paper. And again, we're just going to put our adhesive down. And you can see where earlier I was talking about the measurements. Let me put this down. I can't talk and lay paper down at the same time. See this one and this one? This is the 1/4 of an inch. This is the 1/8 of an inch. So you be the one. Which one do you like? Do you like the bigger borders or the smaller borders? Completely up to you. Teresa, I'm not afraid of them, but I will say, because like I created this card a week ago and I haven't thought about it until today. So I get a little rusty, you know, I forget how I did it and the measurements, and so that part is fun. So here's this one. And then we are going to take our Petunia Pop, because we did Timid Tiger on this one. Now I did use Petunia Pop on this one. But we're going to take our Petunia Pop. I love this ribbon. This ribbon, Teresa, if you don't have it, it is so soft and so pliable. Love it. In fact, I love it so much I'm almost out of it, but that's okay because Halloween. I only have one more Halloween card to make, guys. Where did the month of October go? And here's just a quick tip trick. Okay, when tying bows, if you take your inverted tweezers, so they work opposite, that will keep that tight and hold it for you as you make your little bow. Sometimes we just need an extra set of hands, an extra set of fingers. I always need an extra set of hands and fingers, and still sometimes I struggle. I can never grab that little piece. Oh, I need it. Yeah, it's really nice ribbon. Okay, now take your tweezers off. And now you can flip your bow around, you know, pull it in, make it, fiddle with it. Because you always have to do that. You always have to manipulate it and turn it and make it lay the right way. And that's why I don't do bows, very many of them, on my Facebook Lives. Okay, get it just the way you want it. Then do a little snippy snip, a little trimmy trim. And then we're only going to put adhesive, Shauna, on this little corner right here. Don't forget. I have to stand up over this to make sure I get it on here straight. Straight and even and all the good things. Push that down. And then, of course, we cannot forget, guys, the wonderful puffy starred, what are these called? Shimmer Star foam stickers. Because you have to add some blingy bling, right? You can't have a card without blingy bling bling. So, and we have to use all the stickers, all the colors. There's 3 different, there's a large, a medium, and a small. And I mean, you might as well just add a few. They give you plenty. Can you just imagine this cat, like he's being Gladys on Bewitched. He's like getting all of the neighborhood gossip, all of it. He's like, oh guys, the stories I could tell. So there was Tammy White, which is stampwithtammy.com. There is her version of it, which I just thought was the cutest. Got some dog hair. Need to, you know, now where's my adhesive eraser? See? Got some adhesive up there somehow, some way. Yep, you gotta have an adhesive eraser. But there's her card. And then here's the two that I made. Ta-da! 2 o'clock, right on the dot. I showed you how to make 2 cards and all of the stuff that we have made using this suite of product. Again, here's the sneak peek at next week's. We're going to do some ink blending. It's my favorite. And then, guys, Halloween's going to be here and gone. And I'm going to be so sad. It's my favorite. Love. Saw that on Patty Bennett, Teresa. It uses a whole bottom piece of that designer series paper, and it's just scored and folded. How cute is that? A great way to use all of those laser cuts, those die cuts. All right, guys. Fabulous. Thanks. Thanks, Mom. I'm glad you like it. I love Halloween cards. They're my favorite. And again, if you didn't want to do, say, the, I think, was it this one? Yeah. If you don't want to do the Happy Halloween there, or no tricks, all treats, or don't worry, eat sweets. I love that saying. You can use the words for the season, which has "Have a Spooktacular Halloween." So I might do that one on this one and then just put a couple of those puffy stickers. I probably will. Since this one says Happy Halloween. I love it. You open the door and there's the party inside. I may have to try that one. It's fun, Teresa. This card right here reminds me of, what's the thing? Here's the steeple, here's the door. Open the door, here's all the people. Open the door. Here's all the people. They're in there having a party inside that house. Too funny. All right. You guys, thanks for spending the hour with me. Hope you guys enjoy it. It's a fun one to try. You guys have a great week, and we will see you back here next weekend. It'll be again on Sunday. Not sure of the time yet. I might do it a little bit later than 1, and we'll do that ink blending card. You guys take care. See you next week. Bye-bye.